So apparently, whenever TU17 comes out, we'll be able to actually farm the Eagle Bearer, the Ravenous, these raid exotics in the Dark Zone. I don't know anything about this. Only thing I know is that a couple other YouTubers like 𝐤𝐞𝐫𝐞𝐬 Von Doom and Buzz Lightyear and some other YouTubers posted videos with that titled. And for some reason, I can't access the PTS. I don't know why. It's not even coming up as an option for me to download it. I don't know what's going on. I mean, let me know. Has the PTS been delayed? Is it available today? I thought it would be available on Friday, to my knowledge. I'm Eastern time, so it's past 8. So I don't know. I wanted to dive into it to see what's going on, but I can't. Anyway, this thing about exotics being farmable in the DZ, let me tell you something, okay? That may not be entirely a good thing for a lot of players because people already complain about before they already complained about the exotics being locked behind the raid, and there's so many people who now, after 4 years of the Division 2 being released, have yet to even attempt to do a raid. And then you have these elitists who run the raids in the lobby. They're like, oh, you gotta have a certain build, you can't do this because we're trying to make a certain time to beat the raid. And a lot of people who really aren't educated about how to raid are X'd out of that process naturally. But I mean, I'd say for people in general, you have to take that step. You have to learn. You have to do what you need to do to figure out how to do a raid. At least learn the bare minimums of what you need, and then you might have a shot. From my perspective, it takes a little bit of courage to go ahead and take that step. And some people, they don't want to do that, and that's okay. But what I'm saying is that if you got people who aren't even willing to do the raid, do you think that people are going to be willing to go in the Dark Zone to farm these exotics? Do you know how sweaty the Dark Zone is about to get? Do you know how many people are going to go in there to grief players even more because they're going to be, oh, he has an Eagle Bearer? Or they're not going to, every time the extraction gets called, somebody's going to be thinking, oh, they might have a raid exotic. We got to go stop that. We got to go get it. Even if they have 5 Eagle Bearers, they're going to want another one to add to their collection just to have it, because the Eagle Bearer is such a popular weapon. It's a great weapon. I mean, it used to be way better than it is now. It used to be broken. They had to nerf it. But the fact is that people are going to be getting griefed more than ever now. And let me tell you something. I know that the developers wanted to put it in the Dark Zone because they didn't want to make it entirely free in open world where it's no challenge to get it. It's easy to get an exotic in open world. You could just, put your stuff on normal or hard, and you can get exotics that way by just farming landmarks or just farming the open world. They didn't want it that easy. They wanted to put like a challenge around it, and I understand that. But this challenge, it's not. Maybe you could have put it on discovery mode in the raid. I don't know, but this challenge is not good for people who just pretty much play PvE and who just casually play the game. They're not gonna go in the Dark Zone. If you think they're gonna go in the Dark Zone for exotics, they don't even go in the Dark Zone for y'all gear. You know how many y'all builds I've made, and how many builds I've made talking about the Hollow Man? Like, yo, you gotta go in the DZ to get the Hollow Man. Even if it's on sale, you still have to go in the Dark Zone to get the credits in order to buy the Hollow Man from the vendors, the DZ vendors. People don't even want to do that. They be like, yeah, I don't go in the Dark Zone. I shy away from it. Talking about all the grief stories they have, whatever. The Dark Zone has been stamped as a toxic area. When people even mention the Dark Zone, they're like, nah, because it's just toxic. It's just a toxic place. For you to have the opportunity to wreck somebody's day is what the majority of players in there do, especially since there's nothing to do in the division right now. Come on, man. This is the perfect opportunity for people to go in there and just wreak havoc on the new players that are going to come in there. And you're going to have a few people who are lucky to get the extractions off, but I think now more than ever, some builds that I've made are essential for this, right? Because before, I thought it wasn't really any reason to go in the Dark Zone, especially now with the game state. But with the Eagle Bearer and Ravenous and all of these red exotics being going to be available in the Dark Zone, I have made builds specifically that make it so that you're a ghost in the Dark Zone, so that you can't be spotted by Pulse, so that people can't spot you, and so that you become pretty much inconspicuous, and you can play mind games with players by calling extractions and then leaving and then coming back. basically strategies to use in order to get your gear out of the dark zone. And it does require for you to first farm a little bit of y'all, but isn't it worth it if you want to get your hand on getting that Eagle Bearer? So all I suggest is to check out these builds right here. Okay, they have everything you need to go in there and become a ghost in the dark zone, especially in these times where people are going to be running Pulse. And by the way, Pulse right now in Spider, that's still the meta. I don't care what nobody says. You're going to get pulsed no matter what. So this is actually getting me hyped right now, because this right here is what I do my builds for. This is what gives me motivations to make builds and to help you guys out, because I just know how these meta people are. I just know their mentality of how they think that this way is the only way. And when you come in with these builds, they're going to be confused. Like, yo, how did I not pulse him? Or how did I not get him? Or whatnot. So I'm going to link these builds in the description, and I'll link them on the screen right here for you. So check them out right now and let me know what you think about them putting the loot drops for the raid exotics in the loot pool of the dark zone. I just think that it's kind of controversial for people who don't really like the DZ, but that's just me. Let me know what you think in the comments. That's it for this video, y'all. I'll catch you on the next one. Be right out.